Just a second.
What flight I was riding. Don't know if it was in the subconscious or the conscious. But when I brought it together, it's like, it really wasn't no difference. Shit. Let's do it. Tell me what the fuck is going on in your mind. Why you keep on running flights? And you say they look like ghosts and they chasing you, they right behind. Why you keep on running? And if you lying to yourself, saying like it's gonna be fucking fine. Why you keep on running flights? And flight ball's gonna be up, got a lifeline to the sky. Why you keep on running? Yeah. Trust me, it ain't nothing flights. This Messiah that you keep on waiting on, I'ma tell you now. Trust me, it ain't coming flights. And these problems that you think gon' go away, you can't even smile. But they gon' keep on coming flights. In my shoes, man, you motherfuckers couldn't even walk a mile. So why you keep on running flights? Yeah. Flight boss swerve in a plane in a turbulent race. You could be the rabbit, but I'd rather be the turtle today. And when you see me at the finish line, see the hurt in your face. I ain't got a job, but I'm always working in space. Yeah, it's in your mind. Got a backtrack like it's in recline. Vibrating slow as hell when you in your dreams. Got a monkey on your back that got you paralyzed. Can you please tell me what the fuck is going on in your mind? Why you keep on running? And you say they look like ghosts and they chasing you, they right behind. Why you keep on running? You keep lying to yourself, saying like it's gonna be fucking fine. Why you keep on running? Flight ball's gonna be up, got a lifeline to the sky. Why you keep on running? Yeah, can you please tell me what the fuck is going on in your mind? Why you keep on running flights? And you say they look like ghosts and they chasing you, they right behind. Why you keep on running? And you keep lying to yourself, saying like it's gonna be fucking fine. Why you keep on running flights? And flight ball's gonna be up, got a lifeline to the sky. Why you keep on running? Yeah, you know. Running, you keep on running, yeah. You know. You running, you keep on running, yeah. For sure. Running, you keep on running, yeah. You know. You keep on running, yeah. So once you go to jet, I can go and get some game and Donald Trump and Kanye West. Like you always got somebody trying to prove you not the best. All my niggas on the right, all my bitches on the left.
Unaenda 15 ogerere eni ona wena igire thayo muno ni sawa. Haya. Right. So let's get right into it, okay? No wasting time. Thayo. Okay. So ni dedicate jitago geteka jega wa muthaka. Mubui wa Bariabu. What is the time? So you're right. We should have started this a little bit earlier, but then again, it is what it is. So here we are. We're almost in Gemini time. We already midsection here. Taurus tumefika halfway, but this is going to be a short one now. So when you become aware for the first time, aka when you are born, whether you are born out of your mother or whether you become aware as a sperm or whether you become aware as an awareness, what you call the Big Bang, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. It can be the Big Bang. It can be evolution. Maybe you came from a fish like you say, or maybe you became aware as a monkey. Whichever awareness or whichever Adam or atom or a point of reference for the first time, letter A, or what you call number one, the beginning of something, however you became into this world. We are not biased. Some of you are born out of your mothers. Some of you are cut out of your mother's womb, what you call a C-section. Some of you were incubated outside of your mothers. Soon you are going to have test tubes, babies. So whichever way you become aware, it doesn't matter. When you become aware for the first time, you become aware amongst other spirits, aka other beings. So this could have been your midwife, this could have been your doctor, your nurse, your mother, or whoever was aware or whoever was around you when your mom's ass was cracking open for you to be born. So whoever was around that place, you are attached to them automatically. So those people, you become aware of their space as a spirit, as a young baby. It doesn't matter whether you are a male or a child or whatever. So based on that alignment alone, now, before it becomes to the physical, aka before you are born out of your mother in the physical, in the world now, what we see, a child, remember you started as a mind, you started as a thought. Your father and mother had a thought to go and have sex and you were born. AKA, when you go to your Bible, in the beginning was the word. So we are starting in the mind. We know that we create from the internal to the external. Okay, so we know that the mother is first. We know that the feminine is first. You have to be created from the internal. That is why people have arguments about whether God is a woman or a man. People are like, oh, God must be. Why do you think you call your planet Earth mother? Why do you think you associate your planet with mother? It's because you started from the feminine energy, not a mother, woman with boobs and a big ass. No, feminine energy. Okay, female, feminine energy, aka anything that can attach to that energy of feminine, of being a receiving or hiding or incubating or concealing or managing. That is why women are better managers, even in your offices. Now, but it has to be divine feminine and divine masculine, not your lost men and women down here. Now, so when you become aware now in the spiritual world now, sasa hapa tuko kwa creation. Okay, we are beyond your PhDs, we are beyond your theology, your 30 years of theology and everything. We are now in the spiritual realm. So in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual world of nothing, aka there is nothing physical there, as well as there is nothing metaphysical there. So it's a world of nothing, neither physical. God is not physical, and God is neither metaphysical. So God is nothing. God is all possibilities. We make God possible. So now, in that awareness, when you become a spark, when you become a flame, when you become an idea, that is why in your cartoons, when someone is thinking, you see a light bulb going ding. That is why if you want to show you are thinking, we can draw a bulb right there. Tukiweka hiyo bulb, now when anyone who looks at that picture anajua, oh, he's thinking. There's a light bulb, there's an imagination, there's a light, there's information, there is an illusion, there's an imagination. Okay, that is what you call light or a spark or the beginning of something. A timeline, a line of event, a timeline that can be played, okay, through what you call footprints in the sand. Now we can see the hand of God. Now we can see what that represents. Now, pay attention. This is deep esoteric knowledge. You can keep scrolling. If you are a serious scroller looking for entertainment, keep scrolling. If you are here for the knowledge, hit that like button. Show some respect. Now, so when now that flame of light, this is now where you get the word twin flame. Okay, before we get even into soul ties na vitu kama hizo. So when that flame, aka this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So when that light, that is in the Bible, in English, this little light of mine, in African context, it will be Kemure, or what you call the torch bearer, or what you call what do you call that thing that you take? Gesiga. It has to be an illumination. When that illumination, gesiga nekedo the kira illuminate, or sparks of a light, or whatever you want to call it. So now, that flame that you start lighting, you as an individual, when you become aware, you become a flame. Think about your spirit like a flame. That is why in the Bible they say that the spirit came in the form of a fire. That is why, if you don't know why. So you are like a flame. That is why they tell you, keep the flame burning. When they come to you, when they see you, they're like, hey man, keep the flame burning. So what flame are they talking about? Even when you go to the Kikuyus and when someone used to die, so they would have a praise where you're supposed, when someone almost died, what you call the terminally ill or old, they would take you to a spot and then they would guard you. And then in the morning, people would be like, aka, is that flame still on? Was the flame still on? Because someone was supposed to keep the flame burning the whole night, so that now when your spirit was to ascend, it was to follow a flame, it was to follow other spirits, it was to follow that imagination, not come back and give you pain and gnashing of teeth in the form of haunting in ghosts and spirits that have not left this world. Now, we still have not begun. I'm still preparing your mind for what is coming. Okay? I'm still preparing your mind for what is coming. This is a world where we have a lot of people who have baby minds. Okay, baby spirits. These are spirits in the spiritual world. So their minds have to be prepared right. So I have to lube some of your minds. I have to, make them really wet before I go in too hard with my sword, what you call my flaming sword, or what you call my logic, my line of event, or my timeline. So it may be too hard for you if your brain is too thick. So I have to make it soft. So right now I'm just preparing your mind for it. Now let's get into it. So when your flame is sparking right here, uko pale Pumwani Hospital, or wherever you are birthed, and if another child gets born right here next to you, okay, this is another child who was born right here next to you. Then another child was born right here next to you. And another child was born in the next room next to you. And another child was born. So all these are like flames that were lit because you are sharing the same, what you call a screenshot of the skies, what you call astrology, what you call a birth date. Okay, you all were born in different locations, but at the same time. So that flame was lit for all of you. Look at it like that. It's a flame. Everybody has got their flame. Now I want to show you what is a twin flame. Now, that flame contains what is in your flame. So your flame, your light is your mind. Life begins at birth. The moment you inhale, because when you come to this world, the first thing you do is inhale. No one comes to this world like, Fwah! Where? No, everyone who comes to this realm of existence, you inhale. So this is a feminine world. This is that is why we say Tiamat Earth Gaia, the planet. That is why she is feminine, because she's a world of receiving. The first thing you do when you come to this world, you receive breath, you receive information, you receive air, you receive logic. So the first time you come to this world, you are fucked in the nose by air. The masculine comes into you. Now you have logic. Now you have a thought. Now you can call you a boy or a woman depending on the sexual organs and the name you attach. So the first thing you are bombarded with is the masculine with logic, information, names. Yeah, ugai gemine. Emoe. Igere. Idato. Inya. Idano siakahe. I just did the relation for myself. Tone jumutiri gemi. I know you don't celebrate one of your own. So I did it for myself. I did relations for myself. Shout out to my spiritual predecessors. I'm also did those ones for you too. Now, as a masculine. Now, shout out to the masculines. Shout out to the real men in the world, changing the world. Now, that flame that you have lit, since you are not born alone, there are other flames. You are born at the same time. You are sharing the birth time. So that becomes a flame. So those flames, okay, have developed. So let's say a lot of your experiences, you now born in Nairobi, Kenya, a lot of your experiences was trials and tribulations and situations and circumstances that were very negative based on poverty levels. Now, in India, another motherfucker, just like you, will be born in the same, and they are going to share the same experience. So the same experiences will be experiences of or accumulations of poverty, trials and tribulations, but you are on different land masses. One is in Africa, the other one is in India, the other one is in Antarctica, whatever, the 7 seas, the 7 continents or the 5 planets. So on those locations, these children, their flames are lit the same. These are lit the same flames. These are the same energy. Either they na what do we call it? This bullshit. Zikona trials and tribulations are the same. So these children are going to grow into the world in their own different locations. Now, if you meet someone in life as a spouse or you are dating and you are sharing the same accumulation of interactions, of sharing a piece of another space. So this person you meet in life, you are sharing now space here closer because you are relating, you are dating, you are talking, you can see them, but you are sharing the same flame, the same kind of situations and circumstances, trials and tribulations from your last lives. So you may find yourself attracted to this person, and that is how now you create a twin flame. So now you are entangled. Now I'll show you why you are entangled. I'll show you whether it's a positive or a negative thing. So now that becomes a twin flame. Now you and that flame are twins. You are entangled based on what you can call developing a bunch of experiences or accumulating, having interactions in the past, sharing a space with each other based on experience. Hiyo ni experience ni ya kwanza. That is just by experience. The next one was where now you are sharing a space based on location. So the midwife who did the bringing you into the world, you may have been shared the same emotions, aka you are a difficult birth. So they went through a difficult time trying to bring you to this world. So you shared a difficult time, you and the midwife. You shared a frame, a space of existence or experience, both of you, which was emotional, the heart area, that touched you, that love bullshit and story. That is why it's so difficult to define love unless you define it esoterically speaking. That is why people say I can die of love. It goes very deep. So now, again, this can become another soul tie or another twin flame, that you are sharing an experience, situation, circumstance, location, and place that again you are attached to. So that's another twin flame. And this can be a twin flame of even someone you're not of the same age. I'll come back to it. I'll show you why. Now, and so this would explain why relationships come up. For example, you can tag Karen Nyamo here or Samido, because I'm going to try and explain their relationship to them. So if you follow Karen Nyamo or Samido, you can tag them to this live. Okay? You can tie it to here. You can bring Karen Nyamo here. You can bring Samido, because I'll be explaining to them how they can live happily in that relationship. I can show them, esoterically speaking, this is how I take you to portals and I show you, this is why they say things never seen before. I'll show you what that means, and then you can decide if you are going to continue in that relationship, it being a loving relationship instead of a hurting relationship. So I'll show you why that is a soul tie. I'll show them why that is a twin flame. I'll show them how it has happened in the spirit in the past and how they can decide to continue today in it. I made a whole, this was my morning download. All this, I just printed this out. I was typing this on my phone. I typed this on my phone. I was up at 6 a.m. I couldn't sleep. So I was typing on my phone, and this is what I typed. This side and this side. So this is all about twin flames, soulmates, and vitu kama hizo. And then after waking up, after typing all this, and then I went and I saw my astrologer, Duilu. I found he had done almost the similar video. I haven't even watched his video, but I'm very sure it's almost the same thing. This is what happens. Sometimes you speak about something and then your mentor says it and you're like, wait a minute. How comes I'm saying it before you? I thought you were my mentor. Or sometimes, anyway, that's not the issue. So let's get right into it, okay? So, now, you can write it down if you want, okay? You can write it down. So this is, you cannot find it in any books. You're not going to find it in any books. You're not going to find it on Google. You are hearing it first here, okay? We are the new Galileos. Fuck, they are Galileos. So now, how does a twin flame start or develop? So this develops from a bunch of experiences that accumulate through you having interactions or sharing a space with another space. So another space would be another spirit, okay? AKA an awareness that was around your awareness. So that flame, that little might of mine is a mind. So that mind was around your mind, okay? Sharing minds, sharing an experience. You may be sharing fear because you are choked by the umbilical cord. You are thinking, oh my God, I just inhaled for the first time and I'm about to die. Oh shit, what is this around my neck? Or maybe you are born with your ass fast or your feet fast. So you are a difficult child. So you shared a difficult moment with your midwife or the nurses. So you shared a difficult space, a difficult mind, a difficult flame. You created a soul flame. Hiyo bado utaiongelea a twin flame. We are coming to that. Okay? Now, once you do that through a few reincarnations, okay? So you have been reincarnating a lot. So you are born in China, you are born in India, now you are born in Kenya, now you are shagging people from the West. So through a lot of reincarnations and incarnations, remember you are sharing a twin flame when you are born. And this is how they should be making the real movies. Shout out to the one sending the heart. This is how they should be making real esoteric movies to wake you up. So based on those twin flames, the more incarnations that you go through, the more intermarrying and intermingling that you go through, now that creates a soulmate. You can define from your dictionaries what is a soulmate so that you can follow through. So the first one of the twin flame, we broke it down esoterically. Now we are on a soulmate. So your souls, or both spaces, okay? You and that person now that you have been through so many previous experiences, okay? That soulmate now, that soulmate now you meet is now going to become a soul tie. So now your spirit created a knot. So through those incarnations and incarnations, as you are trying to get closer to this person, you create like a knot. It's like you're tying your flame, a knot. So that creates a spiritual knot. So this is how you are attached to your twin flames, your soul ties, and how even now they even have rituals to cut them. That is the reason why they say you have to cut them. You cannot unknot them because you don't even know how many knots you have put. You have put the sailor's knot, you have put your shoelaces knot, you have put the knot you put when you withdraw your condoms. So all those knots. So no one knows how many knots you tied. So we can only cut that cord. That is why the rituals is always about cutting the cord, separating, because of all the cords you have put there. So I'm showing you how you put the cords. So if I show you how to put the cords, maybe you don't even need to cut from a soul tie. You don't need to cut from a what you can call a twin flame. You need to work with them. I'm getting there. So tag your Samido here na Karen Nyamo. Wakimisi video, fuck them. Now, Sibora Uhai. Now, so, and this is why we say that God works in mysterious ways. So, that flame, having so many experiences previously, okay, makes your spirit tie what is called a knot. So, that knot, keyword, those knots you've been tying is what you call unfinished business. Or what you call let bygones be bygones. So, those knots, unfinished business, carry the energy of an enemy. Anytime you have an unfinished business, ni lazima itakuwa that energy of enmity. Whether you are given hiyo kazi roho safi au kumaliza kazi, nilikuambia uchimbe hii chimo ufikishe 7 foot au kumaliza 7 foot. So by default it puts you in that energy of being an enemy. By default, whether you agree, hata kama ni rafiki yako, they didn't finish what they started, you will still have that disagreeable energy. They left something unfinished. And when something is unfinished, an unfinished business, that can turn into your enemy. Hapa tukisema enemy, it doesn't mean enemy in negative or positive. It's just that enemy as an energy. Remember, this is an esoteric page. So we go behind the scenes. We go behind the veil. So when you're here, you're not biased. So when you say the word enemy is not bad in itself, it's only when you attach whatever energy you're putting to that enemy. Is the enemy more harmful or more harmonious? Because some enmity is good because it teaches you discipline. We are enemies with those people. Because every time we interact with them, people end up dying. So that can be a good enemy. Okay, that is how you make laws. That is how we make morality. So enemy haina shida. Pay attention. Now, so that becomes unfinished business, or what you call let bygones be bygones. AKA, you are shagging this woman. You are just fucking. One of you had more feelings and the other one was feeling nothing. They were there just for the sex. You didn't mean the other quotas. Maybe they were materialistic. For them it is about money. For them it is about names. For them it is about marrying the who's. So, when you separated, you didn't let bygones be bygones. So still that created a knot. You put a knot. You did not separate in peace. It was not like, let's go in peace. We met in a club. We had fun. Yeah, you know, we kissed. Oh, shit. The way you kiss, man. You know, you had your whole tongue in my throat. I couldn't know whether to choke from gagging or whether to choke from happiness. You know, all those love languages. But then in the morning, you're like, look here. I have a relationship which I value. And I do love our one night of bliss. It was beautiful. It was amazing. We should have been doing this more times. However, let bygones be bygones, you know? So let's keep it moving. Because you don't know how to detach. You don't know how to, what you can call, and shout out to Hammy Hangouts. Shout out to Hammy Hangouts. Hammy Hangouts talks about free in love. So she's a woman who's free in love with me. Shout out to Hammy Hangouts. So you can be free in love with someone. Yo, it's too much for common people. You don't know how to be free in love. It's hard for you to be free in love, where you love someone but you can be with them, but you truly love them if you understand love in the divine way. Now, so that knot that you have tied, that let bygones be bygones, that unfinished business can play out as the energy enemy. So you keep creating the same scenario, but you are more at a distance. So you are wewe uko Kenya, mtu mwingine ako Uganda, mwingine ako India. Shout out to my girlfriend in India and my other girlfriend in Atlanta and all my girlfriends and the other one in the Bay Area, San Francisco. She just flew back. She was here. So shout out to all my women and all my girlfriends in their respective locations. Okay, I'm a real man. I know how to handle you. So now, when you understand that, that is why you say God works in mysterious ways. So when you are in too much ego, okay, your lover can be 10 countries away, okay, so that thing is going to make your mind aware. So you'll be aware that there's a spouse, what you call, nasikia mtu akisema nilienda nikaolewa na mzungu, I found love in another country. So your mind is aware of a twin flame, keyword twin flame, somewhere else. Okay, and the way you do it nowadays is through phones. You communicate to people you love through phones. You are keeping them secret because of, you know, this world's view of how you're supposed to behave when it comes to love, based of a what you can call a deep state energy of how they have created the world. So you think you have to hide people you're in love with, because in this world love is supposed to be this way. You're only supposed to be married to one another, forgetting that you have twin flames. And sometimes your mind makes you find them either through the phone, or when you are traveling, or when they come to your country. You may be an innocent tour driver, you carry a woman, you end up in bed, she becomes the love of your wife, to the point unataka kuacha familia yako, hujui ni nini. Huo ni twin flame amekuja. You have met. The Lord works in mysterious ways. However, the reason they are back into your life is maybe now for you to detach healthily. It is now time for you to not be enemies anymore. It is time for you to let bygones be bygones. Muachane roho safi, mukulane, and then mukubaliane. Sasa, that was nice. That holiday. Oh, that was amazing. Man, where have you been all my life? Where have you been? Oh my life, yeah, 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 yeah. Where have you been all my life? Do, 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 do. Where have you been all my... Do, 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 do. You don't even know why you love that song. It's because it resonates with you. Where have you been, my twin flame? Motherfucker. What a beautiful time we've had. However, I am married. I have to get back to Kenya. It was a beautiful thing that my country enabled me to come here and work. No! Your spirit made sure that you went and joined the agriculture ministry. Your spirit made sure that you went for that stupid workshop where you are not getting a per diem. For you, it was an escape to get out of the office. And in that non-paid per diem, watu wakasemekana, watu wenye walienda ile kitu, kuna trip ya kuenda Uganda. So this is the first time you are going to Uganda. This is the first time you are away from your stingy bitter male who's so jealous he does not even allow you to talk to other men even on the phone. You are like, na kuambia. Eh? Now you're having communications with your pussy. Let me tell you. Eh? My Roscoco, we are going to Uganda. I am daring you. I am calling on all the Jezebels. I am calling on all the Mary Magdalenes to make sure you hold that period for 1 more week, please. 1 more week. I beg you. I will do anything. Please. Let me go to Uganda. At least let me have one of those Kachabali people just touch it. Only with his. I promise you, I only allow him to touch it with his hands. Nothing more. Those are the kind of conversations you're having in your head. No, your spirit knows. So your spirit is aligning you to meet with that twin flame so that you can be let bygones be bygones and end that enmity. Like, you know, unafikiria ni affair. Oh, it was an affair. No, it was not an affair. Why do you think we have a foreign office? You are supposed to learn from that. That is a lesson. And both of you are supposed to have discernment and learn. Whether they look like you or whether they don't look like you, like, oh shit. Now you have discernment. Now you have watched Jegawa Mudhaka, an esoteric program. Now you are like, oh fuck, now I know this is a twin flame. This is why this was so exciting. It was seemed so taboo. This is why it was so exciting. However, we have to let bygones be bygones. Roho safi, tuachane tu roho safi. Na murambiana ndakuhitiria ndikuhitirie nitijohi iraria tijohi nikuhitiria asa nikuhitiria asa. It was a beautiful moment. However, we let bygones be bygones. We'll kiss goodbye. And now you can do your song. I feel like I've been kissed by a rose. I feel like being kissed by a rose. There used to be a man who was traveling, he came to Uganda. He used to see that Kalenjin girl in the affair. And all that bullshit. Now you can have a lovely time together and then separate. Okay? Now, if you don't separate then, wacha nikuonyesha venye itakuwa deep. Now it moves from the twin flame into a soul tie. Now, if that person you have met now becomes a soulmate, okay? Instead of it becoming a soulmate, it can become a heartmate. So now you have a soulmate, or it can become a heartmate. So those who are soulmate or a heartmate, someone who is hurting, okay? So if it is a soul tie in a negative way, so are you writing this? So if it is a soul tie in a negative way, then your unfinished business will have to come together in this life for you to untie them. So now, unless you untie the right way, you are in shit. So this can be your spouse. So this can be your wife. This can be your husband. Mulishikana. Ujui kwa nini? But you seem to have chaos in your relationship. You seem to never agree on anything. Especially based on your parents. Ai, kwanza wazazi unakuambia. Ai, na uliolewa aje na huyu mtu. Ai, na huyu hapana. It's not even your type. Oyo nane atuligithirie tutio kuri arutire muthuri amujui si bora maombi. I am here, tuko hapa Jegawa Muthaka. I'm reminding you how you attach to those places. Unasikia aya kihathire kuhikira hayo arahikirio ni yathini huyo nake. Yes, ameolewa na hao wako na poverty, ndio aende untie. She has to go and untie those soul ties through reincarnations. Hata ajui, she has to go. Sasa umejua, start untying your soul ties easy. Let's get to it now. So if your soul tie is in a positive way, okay, then, and this is how you can turn now your soul tie into a positive one, because you have the power. You are the creator, you're not the creation. Remember that. So when all of you get over that, whatever you went through, okay, so now when you stick together and you don't let external purposes break you. So when you stick together, me and Monjiro, we do not let parents fuck them. We do not let her friends fuck them. I do not allow my friends fuck them, okay, to break us in that relationship, okay, or associates or friends. We do not allow them. So that makes it harder based upon our background and upbringing. So what we do, we are even tying that knot stronger. So we can decide, for example, for me, I can decide I'm going to have Monjiro, my soulmate, we are going to tie this tie stronger. However, now you are doing it like a ritual. We are tying this stronger because through this, we are showing the world that how you can overcome a relationship based on you don't care what your parents say. You don't care whether they want her or they don't want her. You don't care about what their father say. You don't care whatever they call you because this is your relationship. So you tie that knot stronger. You make that a new relationship based on that in future should you meet through reincarnations or whatever, whether you go to heaven, kuna wenye wanasemanga when they die they go to heaven. So na munasema vizuri sana nitukonana 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 kuigoro nitukonana. So you know there's a kuonana, you know there's another life, you know there's an afterlife. So that when you go to that afterlife kuonana, you don't have chaotic soul ties. Your soul tie will be you have agreed to the terms and conditions of meeting and falling in love with people despite your backgrounds, despite what they think about you, despite them wanting you to have married a certain way. So that is freedom. Okay? That is freedom. So that is one way you can do it. Now, if you are doing it on the positive, now, how you contrast and compare a soul tie at the moment is when you are, both of you are connecting. So both of you are getting together in one way, shape or another. You are like, ala, kwani tunapelekana kibiashara, kimawazo. You are aware of each other. And every time you are together, they make you feel better. So whoever you are seeing, that spouse, that girlfriend, that mpango wa kando, if whenever you are with them, you are seeing manifestations. Ever since you have that new girlfriend, ever since you have that new boyfriend that you are seeing on the side, you are seeing manifestations. Ever since you started sneaking behind your partner with this person, they make you feel good. Okay? Now, if you are together and you feel better, Karen Nyamu na Samido, you are seeing more manifestations. Samido ana travel sana juu diplomatic passes, bibi yake hizi wanapata. So both of you are acting out of love without even knowing it. So both of you munaonyeshwa you shared a care energy. In another life, you cared about each other. Love, a care energy. In another lifetime, in another existence, whether you existed as just palms or thoughts of imagination in God's mind, or whether you existed in the balls of God, wherever you existed, whatever it was, you shared a care energy. So in this life, you feel attracted to each other regardless if this one is married or this one is like this, because you shared a care energy. So it's not love, it's care energy. Okay? Especially if that care energy is positive for you. Sasa, we are talking about this now. Okay? Now, listen to this. So, you are acting out of love without even thinking, and that's what you are doing at the moment. So, things seems to be easier. So, if you don't get into your ego, if none of you starts going behind the other's back, if there's no cat and mouse chase, then this is a good relationship. Now, this is when I wanted Samido and Karen Nyamo to, you can screenshot this for them now. Screenshot this or screen record for them. When a soul tie involves now a cat and mouse mode, a Tom and Jerry, I'm chasing you, you are running away. Though we seem to be together, I'm doing too much work chasing after you. Kama ni Samido, pengine Karen Nyamo anamkimbiza sana. Okay, then this is showing you that they were in a competition while together. So whatever space they shared as spirits in another lifetime, they were in a kind of competition. Okay, so in that kind of competition, this is how it plays out. This is your generational curses. So that kind of competition that they shared, yenye inafanya in this care energy they are sharing, bado kuna kukimbizana paka na panya. This is how you break it down esoterically speaking. So this means, okay, that when they were in a better relationship, however that relationship looked like, because in whichever relationship, si kila mtu alikuwa na baba na mama, whether they were a child of a bee, or whether they were a child of an ant or a fly or any evolution, whatever you want to think, masculine or feminine, whatever body they had taken, interact in another previous lifestyle, the family, one person had a better relationship with their family than the other. So secretly, it looked like they were sleeping with the enemy. I'll give you an example. So this is the energy. Ya hiyo sulta ya kina Samido. Let's say now me and you, we are lovers. We are staying together. We are man and wife. Okay, it's an example. Now let's say in that relationship, there's some secret relationship going on whereby mama bibi anamwambianga uwe ukipata pesa unaweza acha huo bwana, lakini kwa saa hizi vumilia hapo juu analipa bills, analipia mtoto shule na anakufanyia hii. But if fortune was to change and the mother-in-law's lifetime changes or they got better money, ama bibi yako pia abadilishe pesa, they would leave you in a moment. You know, those are a lot of relationships are like that, where the moment someone gets money, they divorce, they go separate. Mtu moja akitajirika, there's no more respect in that relationship. That is what I'm talking about. So if in another relationship, as a twin flame, it was a competitive relationship, and this competitive relationship ni kuonesha ni whereby wewe uko na bibi but mko in competition, you are sleeping with the enemy. Wewe hujui ni bibi yako, mnakulana, you are doing things together. However, akashika pesa ndio unaweza jua yeye ni nani, because you are ako hapo but behind her either friends or associates or family ayuko comfortable but ako kwa hiyo relationship. Okay, now and you don't see it because based on indoctrination in this world and how they want you to view love, or in sickness and in health, nonsense, blah blah, till death do us apart, then 4 months later we separate. That just shows us that it's a fake institution. Otherwise it will not be failing in less than a year. Otherwise there will be nothing like divorce if it was divine. It is man-made, and fuck that arrangement. Fuck marriage if you're not doing it God's way, and that is not God's way. A ring does not mean a marriage. Or you going to church. Those are the relationships that are ruining us, because now you have people raised in trauma and lies because we are not open to ourselves. We are not open to having more relationships. Yet in the Bible, Joshua, I think it's Joshua 1:14 or whatever, they talk about one man having relationships with 7 women. It means one man having relationships of untying those knots or relating to these other people, not being there physically for them. Now my phone can't ring without you complaining. Unaongea na mwanamke mgani? Fuck that energy. Now, an example, not me, I have no problems talking on the phone. So, in this lifetime, let me show you how now it happens now. In this lifetime, when you become aware of each other, sometimes your spirit tries to go back to that. Okay? So you don't even why you feel like that. So you are not even doing it in a negative way, Samido and Nyamo, but something that is not changing is that you are sharing a care energy. You care about each other. Hata mujui ni nini, you cannot even describe it. Si mwanaume mwingine umekosa Nyamo. Samido si wa mama wamekosa, wamepanga line wote, wameshika panty na mkono wakule. So it's not even about sex. It's about care energy. Samido wanashare na nani? Na Nyamo. So what is that? So that is that energy that wants them to get back together. Okay? And that is why they cannot stop paying attention to each other. That is how we know now the difference between a person in the world that you don't like and a person that you had a previous experience with. Okay? So they have to get together. So now that twin flame, that soulmate can turn to the other half. Unaona venye tumefika to the other half. Unasikia mtu akisema, this is my other half. What? Meet my other half. But you don't know what you're saying. You're just using language because you found language. This is my other half. My significant other. Hata ujui kwa nini nasemanga hapo. That's sasa hapo ndio tumeenda. The other half. Now, when that twin flames becomes a soulmate, because you share a care energy, when you, the reason you want to get back together is because you want to turn that to the other half. This now goes beyond soulmate. Okay? Now, based on a lot of the indoctrination in the world, na vile vitu tumefundishwa ati what love is, we are living in reverse. So, through aeons and aeons of reincarnations and lifetimes, you are forcing your soul tie to become the other half. So, this other half becomes your wife in the house. So, your relationship is either going to be a hell, you'll be fighting every day, or you are going to turn it into a heaven. So whatever mashida zenye zote uko nazo na relationship zako, ziko sawa kabisa. You have been fighting. Yes. Congratulations. You have been fighting. You found your soulmate. You found your twin half. You found your other half. Now, the reason you are fighting is because you have a grudge. You have an enemy. Back in the before hata ujua hata huwezi kumbuka ni lini. You have let bygones be bygones you never sorted. You have unfinished spiritual businesses when you become aware for the first time. Na sasa umeforce mtu kukuja kama partner wako ndio you meet your other half so that you sort it out. So you are made aware of each other. You are not agreeing. That mind that bending on itself have become the flesh. Now this is the other flesh. Sasa unaiangalia. So now this is your soulmate. So now unaona venye amekuja kwa nyumba. So this other half, your significant other, you are supposed to understand that if they are in competition with you based on their parents na kila kitu na vitu kama hizo, sasa muangaliane, muambiane, babes, man, ile pressure familia yako inanipeanga hata nishajua ni nini. We have so many unfinished business. No wonder God anasema ati God anafurahishango na vitu tatu kwa Bible. Kitu ya kwanza mtu wenye wanakaa pamoja na wanasikizana. Si love inasemanga kusikizana. Wa pili, mtu ambaye anasikizana na mwenye wamezaliwa na aka a relative, a sister or brother. Na bado Bible imesema mtu wa tatu bado Mungu anafurahishwa na akiona mkisikizana ni nani? Ni jirani, aka your neighbor, someone you are related to based of relativity. A spiritual group, a twin flame, scattered twin flame. So ukisikizana na your spouse, if you make peace with your spouse, you make peace with your brother, you make peace with your neighbor, love, that care energy, you are sorted. That is why they say the greatest religion is love, not the love mefunzwa hapa duniani. Fuck your love in this world. Your love has not worked for 2,000 years. We can debate it. Your love has not worked. Your love kills. We are not agreeing to love killing in a negative way. Now, so those tied knot, your spirit now is in a knot, that unfinished business, that bygones be bygones, that is playing out as enemies or an enemy. So you are going to create the same scenario, okay? AKA, you'll be born into the same people, places, and things, and these things, you seem to never get out of them. Did I repeat myself? Yeah, I'm repeating myself. I've said everything. Kumbe hata ni reprint both sides. I will save it in my book. That will go in my book. That will be in my book. So, Dayo Mutoni. So, where are we? Where are we? I need to drink some water. Shit. Let's go and get some water. Woo! No. I forgot. I shouldn't have done that. You can be a copyright. Now I can't even post this video on YouTube. I fucked up. Nimesahau nimeweka music ya mtu mwingine. I borrowed your music. Watu wa Kikuyu na wale watu wana I can only say you pretend to know to make music because you don't even know how to make music. I have requested you a song to be using in my videos for intro na vitu kama hizo in between. You are getting free publicity for your music, but you are stingy with your music. Because for you it's all about material first. You do nothing for God. That's why you never seem to manifest anything. Na hata hizo album zako ukitoa hata hazikupei pesa. Free water. Ama kwenye kutokangi maji? Ama kwenye ni ndakaine? Woo! I feel good. Like sugar and spice. I feel good. Like sugar and spice. So good. So nice. I'm feeling good. Yeah! Be unique and original in this world. That is what God wants you to do. Be unique and original. Sasa tuko na maji tunaweza endelea. Tomorrow we meenda mtoni. Metoka mtoni. Hiyo live nikiweka kwa YouTube, it can be on YouTube but it will be demonetized because nimeweka music hapo unless I edit it. I don't know how to edit. Hata huwezi pata mtu wa kuedit. You always looking. Hakuna mtu hata editia video nitumie clips. No, you have to reach numbers za kibe. Ukifika namba za kibe watakueditia bure. Mana uongee nonsense. You have to speak nonsense to have people come help you. People like supporting nonsense. Shout out to Kibe. I told you Kibe is so group. I do a live on Kibe also. I'll show Kibe what is happening. Ajui. I'll show Kibe what is happening. I'll even show him how to stay in the system na kiongea hiyo kitu yake. I show him how to play the game. Ama ende akaonyesha na Watson. When we used to go live with Kibe on TikTok, a lot in 2020. Shout out to Watson also. Shout out to those men. It's not what you do, it's how to do. It's how you do. Also them, they are doing a great and amazing job. Now, they are doing God's work also. Now, so, whatever relationship you're going through, one way that you can also heal and go through the relationship, unless there's physical violence involved, in any case, nitakwambia utoke. If you're not relating at all, nitakwambia utoke. Now you'll know whether you want to tie that knot, you want to tie that soul tie, or you want to cut it loose or untie. AKA, hata kama ni kuachana, mtachana au mtu, muachane roho safi. When it comes to the children, muagree by rituals. Ithui tutiteaga ciana ni tukuraga ciana cigoka cigatuika cia muhiriga witu. So mukure ciana muhiriga wa mumore muhiriga wanyu in peace. Those are the generational curses I'm talking about on twin flames and soul ties na vitu kama hizo. Nikyo mundu akuraga ciana nigetha riri so that we don't have a place where there was a soul tie, a twin flame igogonini ria gaturi, or what you call through birth, or when the woman is, or the midwife, we don't have an attachment of someone who was born and shared the same energy. Especially now that most of you are born in birthing centers where you have many children coming to the life at the same time. So one person taking care of a birth can take care of 7 births and attach different feelings to each of those spirits coming to this world. That is where birthing is such a sacred thing, and that is even why now in the West they prefer birthing at home. They have doulas and midwife, and it's such a big business because they understand that your spirits, and by birth, whatever happens when you're coming to this world can fuck up the whole of your life based on the mix-up of spirits and the situations involved and the trauma when your mother is almost dying, based on the fact that wale nurse wamekuja kumzalisha walikuwa wamekuja kufanya trials, ni nurses, they have those things are good for this world view. That is how they are designed this world. Everything in this world has been designed like that. See at USC design you are better, it can, but it has been designed like that for a reason. And we don't go against the system. You fight the system by building within the system, becoming the glitch in the matrix, the right way. So I don't think there's anything to add on that, twin flame. So now you know how you attach to people. Now you know why you need to forgive yourself for that one night stand that you had that you have never forgotten up to today because it was so magical, so beautiful. So now you know that you have to let bygones be bygones. Na mtu atampigia mwambie, man, I've never forgotten that sex. It was amazing. We had a beautiful time and everything. However, I've watched Jegawa Mudhaka and I've come to realize that there's nothing like a coincidence. Yes, and he said that most of the times when these things happen is because we shared an experience in the back then, yeah. So whether the experience was a good one or a harmful one, we don't even know, yeah. So can we agree to disagree that we enjoyed the moment and we have no hard feelings between each other? And I'm wishing you well and you wish me well because you know that based on the indoctrination of this world, we cannot be together. Yeah, because here I am, I made a family, I made new vows, and here I am. Yeah, so you untie those knots so that when you're incarnated, you don't find yourself in soul ties that are more chaotic, and you only find yourself attracted to people, places, and things that play out as light moments for you. So you're always ascending or becoming a better version of yourself. Nedayo. So that's it for twin flames, soul ties, all the way to a soul tie becoming your other half. And soul ties even go deep all the way to your animals, okay? All the way to even your pets you keep. So you may share such a scaring moment with, let's say your dog falls into a pit latrine. Okay, so the dog is so afraid iko kwa shimo. Na ikiangalia huko juu, hiyo kisima imeanguka ama shimo, there's no hope of getting out. So nawe unakuja unaangalia umbwa, you're like, shit, there's no hope of getting that dog out. So first of all, you have created a no hope cloud. Iko hapo, both of you. So the dog, in its own awareness of what hope looks in it for the dog, it's still what hope looks for the dog. Whatever hope looks for you is what hope, but it's a hope energy. So now, assuming the dog is there and the dog is looking at you like as a faithful friend, because the dog lives for the moment like a child. That is why dogs is a man's best friend, just like a child, because they live for the moment. Hata ukichapa umbwa saizi, uende ukuje ufanye hivi, imesahau, imekuforgive, just like a child, living for the moment. So when now the dog looks at you and for a moment it sees a friend in you, na umeyangalia, you're like, but napenda hii umbwa, abura igethima gikiguye no kava tukoroge haha. Again, you have created a rescue kind of love bubble. Iyo bado iko kwa your world, and you are sharing it with the dog again. So assuming I think I have videos of me rescuing a dog, na watu were so emotional about the whole video. They're like, it was a stray dog. Ngala the musician, yeye alikuwa ananichukua video, it was Kilimani, and even by then I didn't know what I was doing. There was a dog ilikuwa imeanguka kwa pit hole hapo Dicklin Kenya High. So there was no way the dog could come out. So tuko metoka gym, niingia kwa mtaro, nikaingia feet first. So everyone was like, unaingiaje kwa shimo, hiyo umbwa itakukula. Nikaingia kwa shimo, nikachukua dogi, sijui nikaipatilia ikatoka. It was, I don't know if it's still on Facebook, maybe on the older page kama ikudeletiwa. So now automatically deleted, or maybe it's still there, I don't know. Maybe the old page, if you go to my old page ya Facebook, the one I'm wearing green ML ads and I have a hat and you need to match, and Rasta hat, look at the videos on that one, you may find it there. So whatever you share with that animal, as an example, by default, your flames, your mind is like a flame. Your thoughts, your lights become a twin flame. Unashikanishwa na hiyo umbwa. Ukirescue umbwa yende, you are sharing that space. The dog is sharing that space. You are sharing that space. Now, that dog may give birth to other dogs na mix up ama something, na unaweza kuwa na drive uone a pet dog inauzwa, na ni a crossbreed of the dog that you had shared a dog tie. Ujui kwa nini unanunua umbwa na hata ujai nifikiria kununua umbwa. Unanunua umbwa unapeleka nyumbani. And these dogs mpaka inaanza kulala kwa kitanda kwa wewe guya nyoy kala nyoba. You develop a relationship that is even deeper to that pet. You don't even understand it, because that is something that started as a twin flame, spirits sharing the same ideas at the same time based on an experience, and now through reincarnations you still have that care energy na vitu kama hizo. And that is why even in the Kikuyus or African families, when an animal die, they'd go to a medicine man to know what is happening, because they knew that life has been sacrificed before them. A goat dies, monenda kwa mondomogo, you go see your witch doctor or your medicine man or your shaman, and you're like, my cat died. What could be the problem? He's going to throw his bones and he's going to tell you, oh, there was a calamity coming your way and you need to do this and this. And that is why they would do rituals to always appease whatever those demons were coming, or to do rituals. That is the best way they could do rituals with blood then, based on that time of Pisces and illusion and imagination. We can do different magic. We're in different times. Did we hang? I think we hung. So yeah, so shout out to you, shout out to everyone. Each one, teach one. Teamwork makes the dream work. Thank you for coming through Wednesday or this day of communication. My Mercury is in Aries. So my Mercury being in Aries means I can create new languages and vitu kama hizo. So we'll catch up maybe later in the day or maybe in the evening for the people in YouTube, or maybe, you never know, maybe catch up in another lifetime, another realm of existence, in the dream mode. You never know. It's all for God. You're doing it for God. It's not for likes. You can keep your likes. It's hard for you to tap the screen. You can keep your likes. Fuck the likes. Okay? It's such a demonic world that you have to ask people to like your life even when they're getting knowledge. So, So it's a beautiful world. It's a demonic word at the same time, so take care of yourselves, take care of your spirits. Pause and any thoughts and feeling that comes to you. Okay, every thought and feeling that comes to you, pause it. You pause, pa, shit. But you watch porn. Where did that thought come from? What kind of spirit would like me to watch porn now? Nana Mama was about to work. That is a spirit that does not want me to develop. That is a spirit that does not want me to work on my dreams. So that is a detrimental spirit. No, I will not watch porn now. Maybe I'll watch porn later. Duh. But not now. So pause your thoughts. Pause your feelings. You are feeling sad. All of a sudden, pause that thought. Hey, Brother Bernard. I am not feeling sad. That should not make me sad. Hey, when I look at my situation and circumstances, I shouldn't be sad. I may not be 100%, but it's still a heaven for someone else. I mean, even the government of Kenya owes people money, so I owe a few people money, so it's still a heaven, yeah? So I'm not going to be sad. What kind of spirit would like me to be sad? A demonic spirit, so that I can be dragged into my emotions and feelings. So now I can be more attached. So I'm not even looking at positive ways this could have worked out. Maybe the reason I'm here is because I could have been another place, and in that other place I would have been seeing my family once in a month, or I could, so you are looking at all scenarios. Remember, you have the greatest power, aka you can always change your mind. So you can always change your mind, and that things goes positive instead of negative. So it ends up being more harmonious than harmful. Love you from the bottom of my heart. Nidayo dayo. Do have a beautiful audience day, Mercury. So Mercury is Wednesday. So for the people who watch, because they even put these things for you on their shows. American Gods. So on American Gods we have Wednesday. So on American Gods, Wednesday, the guy with one eye, he has the same eye like me. One of his eyes is like mine. So Wednesday represents a god ordained. So when you're watching Gods of America, you are watching the gods. You are watching Odin, one of the gods, which will be Mercury. So everything associated to thought, logic, how you think, will be represented by Mercury. He is the one playing that role. So today is Odin's day. Today is Mercury day. So shout out to the gods of America. Today, act out venye unaonanga Wednesday akicheza kwa gods of war. Everything he represents, a trickster, a jester, is for you today, giving a sacrifice where he goes and sacrifice himself to the spear, the three-headed spear. But again, don't sacrifice yourself for being humble. Instead of being humble, be modest. Let me see if there was a question before we go. Use YouTube to show you if the video is restricted and mute that part. Jenga, please tuwekee hii live kwa YouTube. Asking, is it my network? How I'm relating to this is crazy. Shout out to you. Who is your mentor? Someone wants to know my mentor so they can know if they can be mentored by them. Yes, I agree with you regarding Samido and Nyamo. Their love goes more than many can comprehend. Where you get all this esoteric wisdom, bro, that is king. King should learn to go out in nature and listen to the birds and empty his mind and unlearn everything you think you have been taught. It's not what it is. So I don't think there's a question. Hakuna swali. I don't want to go with your question, so now you are cursing me. He doesn't look at comments. The motherfucker doesn't look at comments. Ayo Jega, Rasta 9, shout out to you. I have to go. I'm on an errand. And if you are watching me and you sell metal, you deal with metalworks, scrap metals and steel na vitu kama hizo, DM me after this live. Sasa, Simply Divine saying very interesting. Hatu Jahang, we are good. So yeah, shout out to you. Like I said, and shout out to Wendy Aseyo. She just came in, or maybe she's leaving, or maybe she's passing by. Big booty woman. Wendy Aseo, big booty woman. You can check her bio. She's built like a stallion, you know, body built like a stallion, French little styling. You know, when she's bent over, she looks like those zebras you see near Kegio Conservancy. See those the zebras around Kegio Conservancy. When you maybe you are pissed, you are going to Nakuru, and because you stopped at the Rift Valley viewpoint, you took some yogurt because you don't know anything about traveling. So now you wanna pee. So when you get to Kegio Conservancy, just before you get to the Naivasha Way Bridge, you are like, let me take a lick. So you open your car on the side of the road, and then when you take your dick, you're pissing, you see those beautiful zebras. Then in your mind, you're like, wow, hey, that zebra has a big behind, eh? Those thighs, so built like a stallion. Shout out to Wendy herself. Beautiful woman. Melanated like darkness. She got brains. No, I'm not saying that I've experienced brains from. I'm just saying she thinks. She thinks. You know, I'm not talking about those brains. I don't know about her PhD. I'm here to experience whether she has PhDs, okay? I'm here to experience. Not that I would mind though. I'm just saying, you know. Sharing minds. I have to go. I really have to go. I have to go. I have to be on the road. So if you're watching me and you deal with metal, I need a lot of metal. Okay? Steel, iron, a few tons. So you can hit me a DM. Okay? Hit my DM. We can do some esoteric business. Or you can point me in the right direction. Sasa. Shout out to everyone. Each one teach one. Do have a beautiful day. Wednesday. Exercise your thinking.